Next we have Dorwin Lamkin, and he's going to share with us about our Pearl Harbor, and is Ron Appletoft here? I thought he was going to be here. Dorwin, it may just be you carrying the water today.
The purpose of my being here is to share with you where we are in terms of enshrining this piece of crap metal. An old friend of mine at the Rusty Zipper Club said, "Boy, you got that mower blade changed just in time." It had a flat. It's been underwater for 69 years.
Well, hold on, Dorwin, I'm going to interrupt because some folks weren't here last month when you shared with us your exciting opportunity for the City of Mission. So why don't you go ahead and share what what piece of metal you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I was going to get right into that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I was trying to set you at ease before I tried to sell you something. Somebody made this in my friendship group and got it enlarged, and it says exactly what we're doing, you know, what we're trying to do. Excuse me if I say we're doing, I mean what we plan to do, with your permission.
All right.
What it is, there is a pedestal in the Pearl Harbor Park now, a black stone granite pedestal. And what we would plan to do would be to match that stone in dimensions and then finish with a flat top, and then build on top of that a case in which we would display on a permanent basis this relic. And I guess I should have brought it, but
well, hey, I'll pass what you shared with me.
All right.
And will you hand me the board? I'm going to show it so the audience can see what it is. Actually, I'm going to read it. What Dorwin has is a piece of the USS Arizona, and the Pearl Harbor Survivors Group would like to display this in our Pearl Harbor Memorial Park. And what it says is, recovered from the USS Arizona National Monument, Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and will be permanently housed at the Pearl Harbor Memorial Park in Mission, Kansas, at Martway and Maple.
Pretty good, huh? Yeah, okay. That's what we're going to do with a flat top on it to match. And we propose that if this is at position 12 on the clock, we would propose to do this thing at 6, so that there could be something where they see them when they walk in. On one side of this pedestal will be a description of the authenticity of it. A letter that I got from the commander of that naval district.
This?
Yes, which says that this is the genuine article. On the back of it, then, we would put a short description of what is the Arizona, what's significant about the Arizona, and why would we go to this kind of trouble? Just a brief paragraph about it. Then at the end of the paragraph, a short description of our circumstance here in Mission. One of the neat deals about this is we got the pedestal paid for. We thought we were going to have to go to Blue Earth, Minnesota, and haul a ton of black rock back here. But Mr. Bloom at Bloom Mortuary, or Memorials, decided to be very competitive, so we got a piece of very nice stone for $3,500. He'll polish it and place it like he did before. The only thing that remains to be done is to build the showcase that the relic will be displayed in. And there's a young math teacher at Olathe North who is a cabinet maker, and he would love to make a cabinet for this thing. And I said, what would it cost? He said, cost of the material. said, well, you can't beat a deal like that. And he's the kind of guy that regards 1/64th of an inch as rough workmanship. So, a lot of things have come together real well as terms of the technology and so forth, so we're pleased about that. We don't have any completion date. When it gets done, it gets done. We won't have it done by December 7th, and we'll take the placard and the relic to Sylvester Powell Center for the December 7th celebration. As a consequence of this relic that I got, the commander of that historical district, or the park thing, he asked, I told him that I was off to Nevada, which is a carbon copy of the Arizona, you know. And we were tied right behind the Arizona. And he said, really, how old are you? I said, well, I was 88 years old. He said, well, you could be. I could be, I was old enough to be. And I assured him that I was. So he sent me an invitation to come to Hawaii and participate in the dedication of a new park district that's going to be incorporate the Missouri as well as the Arizona, and I think maybe the Utah, which is turned over on the other side of Fort Island. And so one of my friends said he'd be willing to go along with me, so we're going to be a party of 3 from Michigan going to Hawaii to participate.
Isn't that awesome?
I told you all I know. Well, hey, Dorwin, it's my understanding that you've raised $4,000, and we're thinking you're needing 6 or so to go and make this to be in fruition. And in discussing this with Mr. Scanlon before the meeting, he indicated to me after we talked about it last month, that we have 2 donors that are willing to contribute $2,000 each, so for another $2,000 to get you, I guess, almost there. So we're getting this, we're going to get it going. And the other thing, for those of you who are also not aware, the Pearl Harbor Memorial, or Pearl Harbor survivors on December 7th have met at the Sylvester Powell Community Center. Since, I don't know where you met before we had the community center, but you've been meeting there for now since what, 10 years, 11 years? We've been meeting
since '99.
And informally for about 23 years.
All right, and so several years ago, Dorwin and his cohorts decided that they were getting too old to put this on, and so we have a mission resident by the name of Quinn Appletoft. Quinn is now a freshman in high school, and Quinn and his father, Ron, had been going to these events and visiting with the survivors for a number of years. And he, I mean, it is an important story to be told and an important time and day to be remembered. And so Quinn, with the assistance of his parents, Ron and Debbie, and classmates and the survivors have continued the celebration, and it will be again this year on December 7th,
yes, it will.
Beginning at 11 a.m., and there'll be a moment of silence at 11:55 a.m., and there will be a program, and there'll be a history of the events surrounding December 7th, 1941, and we will miss Dorwin and his cohorts, but we're so excited for your opportunity. Dorwin was sharing with me that this is the first time that he's been to Hawaii since he was there as a young officer in 1941. So I haven't
worn out my welcome there.
No, you haven't. Well, and as many of you might know, Dorwin was on the front cover of our Mission magazine.
Yes, and I'm ever grateful to you for your park suggestion, dear. Yeah, it worked out fine. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.